Okay, guys, we're live. This is the weekly property update for the 21st of March to the 27th of March. This is looking at all the properties come on in the last week throughout Fife by region versus the number of properties in the same week actually gone under offer and sold. This is a real good indicator, as I said before, of how the market's performing so far and what your expectations should be. Quite actually revealing results this week. In certain areas, which I'm actually quite surprised about. I didn't expect it, but let's go over some numbers. So we can see, this is actually quite a revelation in the start. So Cooper, 15 properties have come to market in the Cooper area, but only 7 have sold. I never expected that at all. Good evening, Andrea. Never expected that at all. It's usually demand is outstripping supply. So, we'll see what happens next week, but could this be the start of an oversupply, which will mean prices will now stabilise, or negotiated prices might come down? It just depends. East Neuk, no surprise, there is restricted supply in East Neuk, so that's why 1 coming to market, 2 sold. St Andrews 10 versus 10, that's all right, that's nice and stable. Leavenmouth, again, outperforming itself. Leavenmouth seems to be outperforming all the time. Maybe the prices are so low in Leavenmouth just now that everybody's seen the advantage of actually buying in that area. So 8 versus 16, double the amount of properties sold and under offer than actually coming onto the market in that week. Dunfermline 41 versus 55, again, really good demand in there. Glenorchy 15 versus 13, yeah, kind of stable, only 1 or 2 out there. Kirkcaldy 42 versus 39, again, nothing to be surprised about, but I think the real eye-opener was Cooper. 15 coming to market and actually only 7 sold and under offer. I didn't expect that at all. Let's see what happens next week. The total overall, right across Fife, 132 properties have come onto the market and 142 have sold. So again, well, demand is still outstripping supply to a degree, and we'll see what happens from there. So let's go and talk about a couple of things that have happened so far. So this week, I've got a couple of vlogs on here. We've done a couple of vlogs. I teamed up with Neil Bird from Cara Mortgages. We were looking at the first-time buyers can now use these 5% deposit mortgages, and they're going to be coming on stream in the beginning of April with banks like Santander, Clydesdale, Bank of Scotland, Royal Bank of Scotland. All these big banks are actually bringing them on. Barclays, HSBC. They're bringing on the 95% mortgages, and so only 5% deposits. The good thing is it's available for not just for first-time buyers, it's available for resellers, second-time buyers, third-time buyers, downsizers, upsizers. It's available right across the board. And there was a lot of questions actually asked and answered in that vlog itself. So if you click on that link, you'll get access to the article. You'll also get access to the podcast. You'll also get access to the show itself. And as I said, there's a lot of good information passed out in there. The next show was yesterday's show, Fife Property show. We talked about Proof Positive, which is 5 simple secrets to make an inventory watertight. This is for landlords. So if you're a landlord or I was going to say investor, but if you're an investor, you won't be a landlord. You wouldn't want to be a landlord, and that's why you're an investor. That means you just rely on passive income. You let someone else like us take care of everything for you. Landlords tend to be hands-on. They do everything themselves and they get involved. So we did a 5 simple secrets to make your inventory watertight for a landlord. Again, this was Richard Cook and it was Kerin Marshall, so our lettings director and our lettings coordinator as well. They were both questions and answers on the whole show about how to make inventories as watertight as possible. You'd be surprised, even though you've taken a photographic inventory and you've detailed everything, itemized everything, when you come to maybe have a dispute in the deposit at the end of the tenancy, because it has to be registered with a custodial scheme and safeguarded by them. Sometimes the custodial scheme will still send it back to the tenant. So this is why we did that show and the article. So again, the article is on there. It takes 4 minutes to read. We have the podcast on there as well, and we have the show on there as well. So it's quite exciting things that are happening so far. I'll be honest, if you're no following our Facebook pages, you're missing out on property completely. West End, which came on 3 or 4 days ago, has now been sold in St Monans. Everybody was commenting on how beautiful this was, and it's stunning gardens. and all the rest of it. Got an offer they couldn't refuse. It was sold from Facebook. Never even made it to a portal or website. Never made it to Rightmove, Zoopla, Prime Location, anything like that. So I'll be doing something tomorrow and posting on there and say basically, if you hadn't followed our Facebook pages, that's why you've missed out on it. So as well, 25 High Street in Anstruther, Crail Road in Anstruther actually has come on. We've already had an offer in it. We also have another one coming in Crail on the golf course as well. So it's going to be stunning. I've been looking at the drone footage. I've been putting it together today in conjunction with my team, and it's going to be stunning. There's lots more coming onto the market. You need to follow our Facebook pages to see them first. We do pre-portal launches, which gives you the golden opportunity to get in there before anyone else and find out everything there is and actually make an offer before it goes to Rightmove. So that's my advice. Please do that. If you're still to sell your house or you're still looking for advice on that, please feel free to contact us. As well as always, as usual, I said to everybody, we put our instant valuation tool on this post so you can click on it, put your information for your property in your street, and it will actually give you the top, middle, and bottom values of your property, and you'll be able to assess which one's right based on the condition. So basically, average, above average, below average. Whatever type your property is, it should give you an idea. It also gives you rental valuations as well. So if you're maybe looking to actually do a buy-to-let with your existing house, possibly in a smaller house, and you think, okay, I've got enough equity in that, I could remortgage that out, I could get a deposit for my next house, the 5% deposit, I could keep that existing property and actually rent it and get an income out of it, and it'll be an appreciating asset at the same time. So long-term savings. So it's another way to do that and upgrade to another house, but actually keep a hold of the existing one. So that's an opportunity. We do rental valuations on this instant valuation tool as well, and that'll give you a rough idea. If you need any further advice on that, please feel free to contact me. I'm happy to tell everybody exactly how to do buy-to-let and how to make them maximize your income and maximize your portfolio. And we do regular shows on that as well. If there is any other questions, please feel free to mention them or comment in this post, or you can message us direct on these posts as well. We're always available on Facebook. That's the key here. Instant. Why on earth would you go, when you think about it, we do use Rightmove, but there's a barrier with Rightmove, because what Rightmove actually does is you go into Rightmove, you then send an email, you then rely on the agent actually picking the email up, and it means the agent's got to go in it. If you go onto Facebook and message, it comes up on my phone straight away, and it comes up on everybody else that works with me straight away, because we have instant notifications via Facebook. So we can communicate with people at any time of day, any time of night, and it's instant access. You don't have the barrier, which is Rightmove, Zoopla, Prime Location, and these websites as well. So Facebook and social media channels is a real good channel to communicate on if you're looking for information on properties. Until next week, guys, please stay safe, and I'll see you for the next weekly update on next Sunday at 7 o'clock. Bye-bye for now.